Hi, welcome to my channel, Pretty Chocolate Trina. I'm Trina. Today's video is going to be about breastfeeding 101, the benefits of breastfeeding for babies. So to give you a small introduction on my journey with breastfeeding, I have 4 children and one on the way, and I've breastfed all 4 of them. The longest I have breastfed has been a little over 2 years. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. I have notes that I've written down that I'm going to check periodically throughout the video. So, now, one of the number one benefits of breastfeeding is that your breast milk contains antibodies, which help your baby to fight off diseases, fight off bacteria and viruses. All right, breastfeeding lowers the baby's risk for asthma and allergies, especially if you have severe allergies in your family. Breastfeeding will lower the risk of them receiving the severe allergy. So, although like if your family has a history of like peanut allergy or fish allergy or something in that nature, your child, if they do happen to get the allergy, it'll be way less severe than their predecessors. So, also, if the baby is exclusively breastfed for 6 months, then it reduces the risk of ear infections, of diarrhea, and of respiratory illnesses. Now, none of my children had ear infections. Praise the Lord. And I didn't experience much, if any, diarrhea, if I can remember, while they were babies. Now, I'm not saying they didn't have diarrhea when they got older. They did, when we started experimenting with different foods, but not when they were babies. And then they didn't have a lot of respiratory issues either. The only time they got sick, they might have gotten sick maybe once a year, and that was like a small cold, or if they did get a fever, that was more than likely when they were teething. So, nothing too bad. Now, the World Health Organization and UNICEF recommends mothers breastfeed for at least 2 years. I didn't know that until I did a little bit more research. That's amazing that organizations out there do advocate for breastfeeding for at least 2 years. They realize the benefits of that. But most U.S. women who nurse stop at 6 months, if they even start at all. So, but that's not bad. That's not too bad. I mean, at least you breastfed and you got through those 6 months, and your baby received as much nutrients and as much benefits as possible. So that's not too bad. Now, breastfeeding has also been known to lower the risk of SIDS. And if you don't know what SIDS is, that's sudden infant death syndrome, which is very, very prominent in the US and around the world. So that's when you hear about stories about the mother or child provider going into the baby's room and looking in their crib, and the baby is not moving or not breathing, and the baby has died, and the causes are unknown. And usually they label it as sudden infant death syndrome, and this can occur out of nowhere. But breastfeeding lowers that risk by half. Okay. Breast milk is custom designed for your baby. That means at every stage of your baby's journey, the breast milk changes with those stages. So when your baby first comes out, you give birth, your baby receives colostrum. Colostrum is this sticky, clearish looking stuff that comes out, that is high in proteins and lower in sugar, but it's what they need when they first come out, because they need um, they need that protein to be able to start the weight gain process. And then your full milk or mature milk, if you've heard that term, comes in 3 to 4 days later. And this milk helps them with their rapid weight gain. So, and it's high in sugar, which they need to promote their growth. So, your milk changes with your baby's need. You'll notice that it'll become more of a fattiness to it to help them put on the weight that the baby needs to support their growth. And also, a great thing is that the milk is fully digestible for your baby. Whereas formula, your baby can have constipation issues, irritable bowel syndrome issues, the diarrhea we talked about, because it can have a negative impact on their, what do you want to call it, on their intestinal tract. So, yeah. And you see that there is a broad range of formulas. If you've never seen the broad range of formulas, I suggest you go to a supermarket, like Target or something, and or Walmart or wherever, and check out their baby area, their formula, and look at the broad range of formulas that are available. Now, those were created to adjust to different babies as well as they could, so that some are made with soy and some are made with, this or lactose free or whatever. All in all, it's all synthetic, okay? It's all an alternative for what your baby needs, which is breast milk. Now, I'm not bashing mothers who do not breastfeed or who cannot breastfeed, who have a desire to breastfeed and just cannot. My sister currently has had a baby and she cannot breastfeed because of the medication that she is taking. So, she really wanted to, and unfortunately, that was not an option for her. So, I'm not bashing mothers who do not choose to not breastfeed or cannot breastfeed and really want to. You understand what I'm saying? It is a personal choice, but I am just telling you the benefits of breastfeeding for your baby.